got some exclusive video here. There is a gentleman who goes by the name Dr. Nyasha William Gwaze. He has spoken about the plot that was planned by this man called Tshabangu, and he literally exposes a number of things here in this audio. This was a space that I was in earlier, and I managed to pick up some of these things. But let us just play his confession on how Tshabangu plotted this whole thing, and he's going to drop some names of the people who actually started this. Just listen.
I would like to say on this issue, Tshabangu, I wrote, if you can go and check on my TL, that was on 22 July. I wrote and warned people that this is what is being planned. And there was a meeting that happened in Blawayo. It's there, all of it, I wrote it down on my on my TL. And I tagged some members from the Triple C, warning them that there is a meeting that happened on the 17th of July 2023. And on this meeting,
Okay.
Tshabangu and the other people that I cannot name, but they are near the presidium, they discussed the meeting. The topic of the meeting was the plot. They called it the.
Can you favor us? Can you favor us, please? Since you've already put this on your timeline, who were these people? When was this? And what was the actual venue of this meeting?
Okay,
I think it will be very interesting for many people to know this.
it's just it's too much, but let me just say a few individuals. There was Banda, there was Tshabangu, and there was Mlandu, and there was Mukuni, and the other people that were also there. What is happening with this Tshabangu issue? What people have to know, it has got nothing to do with Chamisa at all. These people felt as if they were left out when the party elections happened and people voted for the candidates that they wanted Kuti Baba represented.
Okay.
So all these guys, they couldn't, because all of them, they are coming into the face of Chamisa and greeting him and talking to him. They were afraid to just come forward and do their own shenanigans.
All right.
Unfortunately, Tshabangu, those who know Tshabangu, the Nazarene spoke. I know Tshabangu very well. I'm from Blawayo. I know Tshabangu very well. This issue of Oyokutengesa does not start today. It's been his nature. You understand? It's only that he's now coming. They're just knowing him now, but it's his nature to spy out. So when they sat down in this meeting, Tony, they discussed what they called the morning plot. They thought that the candidates, no, CCC is not going to win any city or any MP or any council position. That's what they thought. They thought that I know these people are going to rig the elections and obviously put their own people in the pool and other stuff. Just look at the constituencies that are targeted. And you go back and ask the people that are in Bulawayo, that are in the structures of Triple C in Bulawayo, ask them what was the relationship between Tshabangu and the people that he is recalling. They will tell you that he never liked them from point blank. You understand? So that's where this issue started from. So they started singing this thing that Chamisa imposed his own people. Chamisa choose the one he placed his own people, of which it was not true. This issue of double candidates, that's where it started from. You should question where Tshabangu was and what power did he have to sign for the double candidates. Most of the double candidates that were signed in Bulawayo, all they've got the signature of Tshabangu. Ask any of the double candidates, they will tell you.
Okay.
So these people have been plotting to just infiltrate Triple C and do whatever they want to do. So when they failed everything, there is someone who's in the presidium who's up there. Tshabangu has got no capacity to take that letter to the parliament. You can ask the he's not someone that is not asking or anything. He's just somebody. He doesn't have that power yokuti anosvika kuparliament. So people should question who then took the letter to the parliament and delivered it. That's where the question should be. And
Interesting.
those that are blaming Chamisa and blaming other people in Triple C, I think you have to get your head checked. Why are you blaming the victim? Why are you not blaming the perpetrators? So what people have to understand, this thing, it started on 17 July. They planned it. And when the plot failed, that's when they moved to phase two. And phase two, these are the recalls that they are doing. So this thing is something that was planned and it was happening. Unfortunately, it's that our party, whenever we tell them that there's something that is being planned, they do not take it seriously. They only wanted to take it seriously when it has just gone out of hand. You understand? I told them, I tried to get hold of Osalos. I even spoke to them. I tried to get hold of them to tell them, no, there are people that are plotting this. This could have been avoided. But well, people take advantage and they don't listen at the end of the day. But now, can adeuka, we have to find a solution on how to deal with this because what Tshabangu has done is called disrespecting the people who voted. People did not sleep. Vanhu vakarara vakarinda polling station, but only for him to just come and sign a stupid paper and says he's recalling people. And the other thing, that's when you begin to see that in Zimbabwe we have got a constitutional crisis, which means now anyone in Zimbabwe can write a letter and send it to the parliament to say, I'm recalling so, and then the parliament will just grab it. So now this issue
Yeah.
it goes back to showing that ZANU PF is capable of doing anything just to get it to the two-thirds in parliament. So Tshabangu is just a small fish. This guy even now is not sleeping. Those that are close to him, they can tell you that Tshabangu is not himself because he doesn't know what to do now. The people that were pushing him, they are now running away from him. But it's just a matter of time
Interesting.
before
Yeah.
it comes out who are those people. I'll leave it there.
You see, there's a lot of confusing and conflicting statements here, but let me just tackle what I'm picking up here from the deliberations, and I've just listened to Nelson Chamisa speaking to SABC. Hear this. The problem here is I'm looking at this. Nelson Chamisa writes on the 11th of September to Parliament. And this Tshabangu guy emerges just after the boycott by the Triple C. Here is what I'm picking. They must be, it's either someone from ZANU-PF who understand and interpret the law. And this person can be able to say, okay, look, there is a loophole here. We can actually recall members of parliament in this regard. And this person acted after realizing that Nelson Chamisa had stopped anyone who could speak to parliament. And then they read the letter and they realized, okay, any other communication is going to be done through me. Which means that they read the letter and they saw that in the constitution or of parliament, there was that loophole and they exploited that loophole. So this person in the form of Sengezo Tshabangu is not acting alone. He's acting with someone, and that somebody is somebody who is very, very well versed in the law, whether from ZANU-PF or whether from wherever. They have studied the first letter of Nelson Chamisa, and then they then said, let us now structure a letter because there is a loophole that is there in the constitution, that guide or the guidelines of the parliament. This is my submission. This is what I feel, that there is that understanding. So if I then come to the interview that was done by Tendai BT with TechMag, he then says that we should take this issue seriously, because he was saying that want to see if it's salvageable or something like that?
I think that we are back to 2020 in that court judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Abana Biramushi, it's a big issue. It can be it can be ignored or washed away.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be. What I don't know is whether it's salvageable or it's not salvageable. I don't know. But since June, after I was not allowed to be back in Parliament, I've just been minding my own business.
It then leaves, me with questions. Whether Tendai Biti was involved or any other person who interprets the law. As you know that Triple C or MDC or whoever, we've got a lot of lawyers in Zimbabwe and people who can interpret the law. So now, this is, if they are going to go on a witch hunt, they should be able to witch hunt the person who made Tshabangu to know of these issues, to say we want to there is a loophole that is in the parliament and we want to capitalize on it. But also on the other hand, I was on the other space with Uncle Jed, and he was saying, look, there's a gentleman, I can't remember his name, but he said in this space that right now anyone can be naughty and can go to parliament and recall some members of ZANU-PF. And then, if they do that, the Speaker of Parliament has an obligation to follow that because he has done it with Tshabangu. Because he says that any citizen can actually write to Parliament and recall members of Parliament. You see? So, for me, this is the scenario. I've tried to play the devil's advocate here and be on the Triple C side, but I'm just saying that these are the things that are happening. But what do you make of this audio that I've played you? But as I conclude also, the other point that I want to make is that I also think that it was naive for Nelson Chamisa and Triple C to bring the people who once turned against them and be magnanimous and say, we have to accommodate it. I really think that was a mistake for them to take back Thokozani Kupe just because she was expelled by Douglas Monzora. That was a very, very huge mistake. You can see the reason why Idi Mnangagwa did not bring back Sevia Kasukwere and all those members who tried to come back, even the likes of Professor Jonathan Moyo and Joao and Mzembe. This, you can tell, Idi Mnangagwa has been in the political game for a longest time. He can know how to play the cards. He knows these things. And you can see why he did not have this soft approach to say, let's have people in. This is now coming back to bite them because the involvement of Kalepani Pugeni in this war matter, to me, it points back to Thokozani Kupe or the people that connived or that conspired with Thokozani Kupe in the past. So definitely, it was a big mistake for them to bring back those people because they don't want to come and just sit. They want political positions, and if they don't get them, this is the result. So anyway, tell me what you think about this whole scenario. What do you make of Sengezo Tshabangu and this saga that is unfolding? I'll see you on the next video, and it's bye for now.